I ditched the wood grain this time around. We're going with tablecloth from here on out. Welcome everybody. This is yet another controller review. And this one is going to be quick. So, Xbox One S wireless controller. New controller from Microsoft. Last time they did this was a while back. It was a replacement for the original Xbox controller, the Duke. This is the original Xbox. I was going to say Xbox One. Can't say that really anymore. Xbox original S controller. And obviously there's some massive differences here, but this was my favorite controller of that generation. I still feel it's a really comfortable controller to this day. This controller is a little bit different than the Xbox One controller, and we'll have a look at those features right now. For one thing, you connect it via Bluetooth with iOS, Android, and PC devices, which is really nice. It's got a better range overall. The battery life, I don't think is any different from what I've heard. Now, another thing is that it still uses AA batteries, which is a little annoying. Now, what I will say is that this controller overall, from my impressions, is a better value if you're fine with using Bluetooth for your Windows PC. But unfortunately, there's not really much changed here. Now, there is the included headphone jack this time around. Some of the original Xbox One. See, stop naming your consoles horribly, Microsoft. The original Xbox One controllers, they did not have the headphone jack, so the newer ones do. So I believe all the slim controllers will have it, so that's kind of nice if you're shopping and if you need to impulse buy something, if it's on sale and you're like, oh god, which ones have the ports, which ones don't. The Slim should always have the S, whatever, Slim S, should always have the port on the bottom. Overall, the button placement and how they feel is pretty much identical. The only main thing physically, and you can barely see this on camera, is on the back here. Now, if I try to make this rubbing noise, it sounds very different. That's because there's a different type of texture on the back here. It doesn't feel as smooth as this guy, but it feels like I can grip this a little bit easier, but it's definitely different. It's a little bit more akin to like what's on the front right here for my G4S. Let's actually talk about that really quick. So the pricing of this guy is $60. The G4S was just released on Amazon for $70. And if you want a controller that is pretty reliable in that you don't have to worry about Bluetooth, well, you can get this with the adapter, but that'll take it up to $75, or you can get the G4S. And yes, I did get that controller from Gamesir. If you want to check out my review of that, I'll have it in the description. This guy right here, though, is pretty good, and the 2.4 gigahertz adapter, I haven't had a problem with this. Whereas with this guy, let's talk about that for a second. So, wired-wise and wirelessly, I've had an issue where when I hit press the D-pad, it goes over twice. So it's like I'm hitting the D-pad. If I hit it once, it shows up that I hit it twice on the screen, which is a little annoying. I'm pretty sure this is maybe like an issue with my PC or a defect. It's some kind of issue I've always had with Bluetooth. This is like a common issue I'm having on certain PCs sometimes, like depending on the installed Windows, where like Bluetooth, it just does this, and it's a real pain. And also, there's also the Bluetooth is not exactly reliable. I mean, 2.4 gigahertz isn't reliable either, but Bluetooth modules, a lot of them are really crappy, especially the ones built inside PCs. A lot of them are pretty terrible. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts on the Xbox One S controller. I think that, you know, it's a good controller. It's a good value controller if you don't like the PS4 controller, because again, for this guy, you do need software to run it. You just need to simply download a driver for this guy, connect it via Bluetooth to your computer, and you're done. Of course, if you don't have Bluetooth, you can use the wired thing on the back, but like I said, AA batteries, you need the plain charge kit. You cannot use this thing without the AA batteries being drained, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, in the long run, I mean, maybe have a look at this at least, because this is rechargeable. The PS4 controller is always pretty good. But the thing is that, and you could also, of course, get that adapter. Now, I'm not sure if the adapter works exclusively with the S or not, like if you could only use it with this. They haven't given too much info on that. I'm assuming you can use it with this. That would be a little bit silly, because you can connect this to the Xbox One in the same way that you could connect this to. So yeah, there's not a lot of information going on right now, but this is my first impressions, and so far it's a typical Xbox One controller with a few bells and whistles attached to it and a little different texture on the back. If that's worth $60 to you, well, go ahead and pick it up. But if you don't think that, well, you can get these for around $45, and this thing was just launched, and I've had nothing but good times with that. So yeah, give it a shot. you guys have come a long way, but I was about to say you're getting better. Like, I still like this one a lot, but you know, it doesn't have all the buttons. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. I'm out.